Lucas Reed had always thought shortcuts were harmless. Just a quicker way home, a small risk for a little extra time saved. But that night, the service road behind Blackridge Forest felt wrong from the very first step. The darkness didn't feel natural. It wasn't just the absence of light, it felt heavy, like it was pressing against him from all sides. His phone had died before he even left the building, leaving him alone with nothing but memory to guide him. At first, it seemed normal. The crunch of gravel beneath his shoes. The faint rustle of trees. The distant world still existing somewhere beyond the forest. But then, without warning, everything stopped. Completely. No wind. No insects. No distant sounds. Just silence, thick and suffocating. And then he heard it. Another set of footsteps. Perfectly matching his pace. When he slowed, they slowed. When he stopped, they stopped. Lucas tried to convince himself it was nothing. Just an animal, just nerves. But deep down, something inside him already understood the truth. He wasn't alone on that road anymore. By the time Lucas reached the abandoned shed, fear had already settled into him in a way he couldn't shake. It wasn't panic. It was certainty. The kind that doesn't need proof. He pushed inside, shutting the door behind him, clinging to the idea that walls meant safety. But the air inside felt stale, wrong, like the place had been sealed for years, waiting. Then came the tapping. Slow. Careful. Moving around the shed like something was tracing its shape from the outside. Lucas stood frozen, barely breathing, and then, it spoke. A soft voice. Gentle. Familiar. His mother's voice. Calling his name like nothing was wrong. For a split second, hope tried to take over. But logic fought back harder. She couldn't be there. She shouldn't even know where he was. The voice came again, closer this time. Warmer. More convincing. And that's when Lucas realized something terrifying. Whatever was outside didn't just follow him. It knew him. Fear can paralyze you, or it can sharpen you. And in that moment, Lucas changed. He stopped reacting and started thinking. He noticed the pattern. The voice wasn't random, it was waiting. It needed something from him. A response. A reaction. Permission. And when he gave it nothing, the tone shifted. The warmth disappeared. The patience cracked. The scratching began. Lucas forced himself to move, searching the shed with shaking hands. Tools. Supplies. Anything that could help. That's when the rules formed in his mind. Simple. Absolute. Do not answer. Do not trust. Do not follow. Outside, the voices changed again, cycling through familiar tones, friends, strangers, even his own voice calling out to him. Twisted. Wrong. And in that moment, Lucas understood, this thing wasn't just chasing him. It was studying him. Learning him. Becoming him. The moment Lucas left the road, the forest swallowed him whole. It didn't feel like a place anymore, it felt like something alive. Watching him. Listening to him. Waiting for him to make a mistake. Every step felt heavier, like he was moving deeper into something that didn't want him there. The trees bent into strange shapes. The shadows stretched too far. And the voices, they didn't stop. They evolved. They adapted. People he trusted. People he knew. All calling his name, trying to guide him, trying to pull him in. But Lucas held on to the rules. He kept moving. Kept marking his path. Then he saw it. A figure standing ahead. Still. Silent. It had his shape. His stance. Even the slight tilt of his head. For a second, it felt like looking into a mirror that shouldn't exist. And that was enough. Lucas ran. Because he didn't need to see its face to understand the truth, it wasn't just copying voices anymore. It was copying him. When Lucas reached the ranger station, relief hit him like a wave. Solid walls. A roof. Structure. It felt real. Safe. But that feeling didn't last long. The building carried something with it, something left behind. The moment the generator flickered to life, the truth came with it. Words carved into the wall confirmed everything he had already started to understand. This thing didn't just mimic. It needed acknowledgement. It needed an invitation. And suddenly, the hum of the generator didn't feel comforting anymore. It felt loud. Too loud. Like a signal echoing through the forest. The knocking came almost instantly. Then the voices. Not one. Not two. Dozens. Layered together in a way that didn't belong to anything human. And that's when Lucas realized the truth: he hadn't escaped it. He had called it to him. The ranger station wasn't a shelter. It was a trap. Every sound Lucas made fed something outside that no longer cared about hiding. The voices lost their warmth. Their calm. They became sharp. Angry. Impatient. The walls trembled under the force of something trying to get in. Lucas tried to stay in control, using whatever he could find: tools, barriers, anything to slow it down. But this wasn't something that could be fought. It adapted. It learned. And when he hid beneath the floor, thinking he had found somewhere it couldn't reach, it proved him wrong. The voice came again. But this time, it was perfect. His voice. Exact. Calm. Certain. I know you're under me. That wasn't mimicry anymore. That was understanding. And in that moment, Lucas realized the most terrifying truth of all: this thing wasn't just following him anymore. It was becoming him. Survival didn't come from strength. It came from instinct. From action taken before fear could stop him. The flare ignited in Lucas's hand like a final decision, flooding the darkness with harsh light. For the first time, the thing reacted, not with curiosity, but with something close to pain. And Lucas didn't hesitate. He ran. Crawled. Fought his way out of the station and into the early morning light. As the sky began to brighten, the forest changed again. The presence weakened. The voices faded. But they didn't disappear completely. Even as Lucas reached the road, even as he found real people, something lingered. Because Blackridge didn't let go. Not fully. The world moved on. People explained it away. But Lucas knew the truth. Some nights, when everything goes quiet, he still hears it. A soft voice calling his name from somewhere it shouldn't be. And deep down, he understands one thing: the night didn't end. It just stepped back, waiting for him to answer next time.